Yo, people, it's Daniel Nero,
I go by the name of Zoosh, aka Guyver
and this is Watch It or Not.
TV. Each and every
Yo, back again.
back.
One more episode for them.
Hey, on the head top, on the head top.
That was me doing the NBA.
Was you any good at basketball? No.
Nah. Do you know? I was like, I used to play it in high school, but I was just more like the enforcer. Do you know, like this?
What, like David Rodman? David Rodman, Dennis
That's
Rodman.
it. David Rodigan, and Dennis Rodman. Yeah, yeah. I was just like that. Like I was
Yeah,
just
Carl
a big
Malone,
guy.
just kind of, ugh. Yeah, me.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I was all right,
yeah.
basketball.
For real.
That was my jam. That was my jam. Still, I was all right. School
Or could
basketball.
you like do skills in that?
Yeah. I weren't the most skillful, as in like, you hear me? But I was a good player. You hear me? I could pass, I could shoot. You hear me? I was a good player, but I weren't like there was bare man, like street skills. I weren't the
Yeah,
street
yeah, yeah.
skills guy. You hear me? I weren't that guy. Let me not gas
You weren't
myself.
that guy.
I weren't that guy. I weren't that guy.
Okay,
But
okay.
I was outside. I was doing bits. I was doing bits.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I've been outside
What's your
this week.
weekend?
I've been
So,
outside.
earthquake, bro.
You got
What you
yeah.
say?
I was thinking you had a little earthquake, little
No, there's an earthquake right there.
mini earthquake. No, I was gonna say I've been outside. I've been outside this week, man. I've been outside. I went to Flag Twins. Have you ever heard of the Flag Twins? It's these two.
No, but I see your post with the two blonde-haired black youths.
Yeah. They're models. Yeah, they're doing bits outside. I think they're from South. They're from South side.
Okay.
So they're like models. They do Gucci stuff. So that was for Pharrell doing the line for Louis V, and he's got like his whole new line. Yeah. So Pharrell's got a whole new Louis V line, and then I think he was over here doing a show, and they were modeling for the show, and then that was like a
Okay.
after party for the show. But yeah, man, they throw like nice little parties. The caliber and the crowd is it's good. It's a good crowd. You get me? Nice venues. You hear me? First time I went to a casino because after the after party was at a casino, and I realized I've never actually like I've been in a casino, but I've never been in a casino. I mean, I still
Okay.
haven't played in a casino. Let me not guess like I was there doing up. You hear
You
me?
weren't gambling?
Nah. I'm not a gambling man. I think we spoke about this. That's not really my vibes. I'm not. But that was the
Yeah,
first
but
time. That's the first time I've been in a casino where people are gambling, and I can see like the atmosphere and the hype, and I can see how you can
yeah,
get gassed off that. But it's still not me. It still doesn't like. I still don't get the urge to go and now change my money for some tokens and
for some chips.
get to
I want to
gambling.
get those chips.
Yeah, that still ain't my bag. I might can do because I noticed you can do like little fivers and boom.
Yeah. It's light work. You can do light money.
Yeah. I might can spend a score, a little 3-0 one time.
Yeah.
It's busy, but yeah, I've never done it. I've never done it. I'm not a gambler.
Fair enough.
Yeah, me.
I,
So
however, have been into a couple casinos and played still. Roulette was
that's
nice.
your bag. Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't say it's my bag. It's more like my wallet, if that makes sense. Just like
Okay. When
something that I,
when in Rome as well, you don't really. It's
yeah,
not something
yeah,
you do, but when in Rome,
yeah.
yeah. If I'm in that
Yeah.
scenario again, like yeah, I'll do that, man. I'll get involved.
Yeah,
I'll break a tenner. Yeah, me.
yeah.
Cine Club was also outside for Cine Club. Shout out to everyone that come true. The Color
Was it
Purple.
good?
It's a decent film. It's a decent
Okay.
film, man. It's nowhere near as emotional as I thought it would be, and I don't know if that was the musical factor of it because it was a bit more based off the musical. But I was expecting to be a bit more moshy mosh while I was in there, and I didn't really get that. I felt like every time that emotion was kind of peaking, it was like song and dance, and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Or was it proper? Was it proper musical?
But I would say like the first half, it was cool because it was like there was a lot of music, but it made sense to the scenes and it wasn't long. It wasn't drawn out. It was this quick burst. Towards the end, I think they added a bit more, and it was like, all right, this is getting a bit much now. You hear me? But it was cool. I thought it was a good. I'm gonna do a quick review on it anyway. But yeah, color purple.
Fair, fair enough. All right, cool. Yeah, big up everyone that made it to the cinema. Unfortunately, I couldn't, but next one I need to. I also saw that apparently Bob Marley's movie One Love is coming out on
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
It's lined up. People. In fact, people. save the date. Yeah, save the date from now. 14th of February. We're outside. One love. We're gonna see it as a family. Yeah, watch it or not, Cine Club. So save the date.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
me. Yeah, I'm there. But all right, cool. So what we got for them today? What's happening?
Watch news or not? News or not? Let's get into some news or not, man. There's been a lot of
All
news.
right.
There's been a lot of news flying around. A lot of news flying around. I feel like it's been a busy week. But I
Mhm.
think one of the big headlines has been the Netflix and WWE, not to be mistaken for WWF. It hasn't been WWF in years, but yeah, I mean,
Boom.
but
Yo.
the it's not even a part. Is it a partnership? It's not even a partnership. Netflix is. I feel like they've brought the rights to now air WWE fights on Netflix from
Yeah. So
2025.
raw fights.
Yeah, Raw fight.
So I don't know the ins and outs because I didn't really check it, but
Yeah,
I
because
looked it, I see
does
it
it have
pop
some
up.
does it have something to do with TKO as well? You know the collaboration with them and UFC. Like, is
Probably,
that involved?
probably, probably because of that, this has now happened. That this probably made it a little bit easier to segue into that.
Yeah,
But you ain't a WWE fan like that?
not anymore. I'm not gonna gas the
Yeah,
thing.
same.
Every now and again, though, when I can, I'm more a social media WWE fan. So anytime I
Okay.
catch a clip, I'll watch it. But
Yeah,
am
yeah,
I
yeah.
actively going to watch? Do I know who's really outside right now? Not really. But
So we as a family had a like we got into it proper at one point. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like a few like I think for a couple years around lockdown. So
okay.
we was proper into it, but then we fell off. So I'm a little bit more up to date with what I got.
Okay. How is it now though? Like in terms of like obviously you know what it is, you're taking it for what it is,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
your kids find it believable, like how you found it believable at your age for
Nah,
one.
nah, nah, nah. They
Oh
know it's
no.
fake.
Okay,
They know it's fake.
completely. They're not even trying to entertain.
Nah, nah, nah. They know it's book. They know it ain't book. However, though, I did not know. Yeah, I see this. This is kind of a slight detour, but I did not know that when there's blood, it's real blood.
Yeah. What yeah, I knew they get injured. Like I knew like
No, no, like they
they
cut
use
themselves.
real blood. Oh, they cut. I I want to say I think I see this in a film. I want to say I think I see when they were
They
breaking
cut.
down.
I see CM Punk. Do you know CM Punk?
Yes, I've heard the name. Yeah, yeah.
He was cutting him with a razor so that it would bleed. I see it, and I was like, "Yo, this is
It's a bit
slightly
much.
more real than I thought it was." This is.
It's a bit much, but you got to make some of it look at least a
I
bit.
was like,
Yeah,
"Yo,
make,
yo,
you got to make some
no!"
of it look
Like,
real, man. But that's a bit much. That's a bit much with the razor. If that's what men are doing for their face for a pay,
bro, he was boxing himself in the head, bruv, to get the blood dripping. I was like,
okay. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
so
But,
yeah, it might
I
be
feel like
fake.
I had heard it, but I didn't know it verbatim. You hear me? But
Yeah,
what's interesting though? Let's get to the spicy bit of this whole WWE Netflix deal. Is one. Well, firstly, I heard the Rock's involved. I see the Rock's making a comeback. I see a clip of that. I think he's making a comeback. I don't know what that is in terms of is he fighting or just making a comeback because he is now on the board of TKO. Wow, that's part of the deal basically. He's now on the board, so I'm guessing the Rock had something to do with this Netflix and wrestling
yeah, maybe
collaboration.
he's a
He's
mega
big
star now,
nuts.
isn't it?
He's big nuts. Now with that, he also now owns the rights. He now owns the rights to the Rock. So he owns his likeness to the Rock. So anything with merchandise and all that thing, he now owns. That was part of the deal, which I feel now with this new news of Vince McMahon, yeah, out here doing a madness, which I am not surprised about. When I heard this shit about Vince, like you can just look at him and think, yeah, you're a dirty
Yeah,
old bitch, man. You're a
yeah,
dirty old bitch, man.
Dr. Dog.
Yeah. Well, just to give people a little update, Vince McMahon has now stepped down as chairman from the whole establishment, really, in it from WWE. He's like no
Yeah,
longer a
yeah.
part of it because he has now been, I don't even want to say accused, but he's now Um, Next up in the firing line of sexual assault.
Yeah.
Um, the difference with this now, though, is there's been messages. There's been leaked messages and text messages. Have you seen any of them? Have you heard about any of
Nah,
them?
I ain't seen none of them.
Like it's proper. Like my man was out here
Is
having,
it?
like, basically he gave someone a job, um, a young girl a job, and it was just like one of them Harvey Weinstein things where she was having to fuck for a placement. Apparently he was shitting on her, pissing on her,
I see.
have have
I
her
heard
fuck
that.
have her fuck other wrestlers like on entry, making them feel good, and like he was just basically using us all in text message. Proper like weird shit, man. Like, what is it with these men with money and wanting to like shit on women and like watching them fuck other people? And like I heard he would like he was shoving toy like using sex toys, but he would name them after wrestlers. Like what? Like, what are we doing? Like, what? What's going on? Like what? I don't understand.
Whoa.
I don't understand, bro. Like
Whoa.
what? I
Vincent.
know. I get like when you hit a peak and it's like, well, I've been there, done that, but why do we now have to go here? Like, what doors does money open that these people are just walking through and doing an absolute madness? Like, this is crazy. And apparently, the
Um,
only reason why the text messages even got leaked is because he was meant to pay like 2 mil or something, but he's only paid a mil and hasn't paid the second mil. And then you think, like, bro, if you know what you're doing and you're Vince McMahon, how
Pay that meal.
really, bro, and that's how you know, yeah. And me and my boy was just talking about this the other day. Like these men think they're so invincible, bro. It's the power trip is so crazy, bro. Like they just think like you can never take me down, never. Like who are you? You hear me?
I
It's
can't believe he was naming them after wrestlers, bruv.
bro, like
That must be long if the big show's coming, bruv. That
yo.
must be long. Or the Bam Bam Bigelow's on its way, bruv. It's like,
Man's
oh
just
my
doing
God.
up, man. Yeah, it's
But
mad.
do you know that The Rock and Vince McMahon have another business on the side, like a football business,
Oh, is it?
American football?
Oh, I do know the Rock's involved. I didn't know Vince
Vince
McMahon.
McMahon as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think he's even higher than The Rock in the
Well,
hierarchy.
I mean, Vince McMahon's been around for a long time. Like
Yeah,
that's long money. You hear me? Let's not play like we ain't known who this guy has been since we've been young. You hear me? So he's
yeah,
had money for a long time. And that's why I'm not surprised when I hear the kind of news that I'm hearing. I'm like, yeah, you can just look in his face and see like he just looks like one of them guys. I don't mean to get me judge, but sometimes be judgy. You know what I'm saying? But that all loops round to this whole Netflix and WWE deal though. Because my man knew this was coming. Like you didn't just find this out when everyone else found out. You hear me? You knew this was coming. So he's probably just selling off all assets, like relinquishing what needs to be relinquished and taking what he needs
yeah,
to take off the board.
yeah,
And it all makes sense. Netflix is slid in there, quick 5 bill, hold that. Wrestling is, I don't know where wrestling's at, but I know it's still selling out like mad. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
That was a quick like look, Vince, like we got a big deal here
bro,
and you can't be a part of it. We look after you. We look
yeah,
after you. Obviously, step to the side, but you can't be part. A man's just like, all right, I get it. You get me. That's calm. Because his daughter is still run by his daughter and Triple H anyway, isn't
oh,
it?
is it? Yeah, you know what? I see Triple H. I ain't seen what's her name? Stephanie?
Definitely, yeah.
Stephanie. Yeah, 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 yeah. Old school boy. Old school.
So it's all good. It's all good.
But yeah, yeah. Also in more bad news, Alec Baldwin. We spoke a bit about my man, but he's been indicted now. For the shooting. Well, the woman died, didn't she? And it was a murder.
Yeah, I need to understand this situation more because I don't know how on earth it can be a man's fault unless there's new info that's been
I
brought to the.
believe there is, and I'm sure it's implying that I want to say it's implying that he done too much, or maybe was fooling around with the gun, or went against regulations of how you would supposed to use the gun on set. I feel like that's where it's more leading to. So it's more
Okay, that kind of makes sense.
being irresponsible sort of vibes. You get me? But I'm sure we're gonna hear a lot more about that in the next few weeks. But I just thought we'll touch on that because we've been speaking about that for a little while still.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a crazy one. Be interested to see what comes out from that because
Yeah, we're gonna have to follow that one.
you know
So
what I'm thinking as well, just to touch on the whole Vince McMahon thing as well. Like all these men getting bagged latter in their age, like in
yeah,
life.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
can you imagine
After
going
they've
down
lived
now?
life.
Bro, like you've been a playboy, all in your 20s, 30s, doing your thing now, 50s, 60s, you could be looking to spend life behind bars or be on lockdown, or these are supposed to be the years now where you just fall back and just watch all your fruits just grow. Yeah, me. It's like man are outside doing a mad thing, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
and getting caught.
bro, crazy, crazy,
That's
crazy.
why you gotta respect 50 Cent, bro. All of his ones have been paid off, bro. Then there ain't nothing coming for him, bro. It's
Bro,
just
I think it was 50. Now don't quote me. I think it was him that I heard that used to film, like used to let women know that he was secretly filming like
yeah,
sessions, boom, 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 just so man had evidence and stuff like that. And that's when I knew, like, yeah, it's peak out here in Hollywood. You gotta
yeah, wow.
you gotta do things like that. Like, yeah, me,
Yeah.
gotta sign this quickly on entry. Yeah, just know there's a camera over there. Don't worry about that. It don't get used, it gets disposed as soon as I know everything's a mess. Yeah. But
Just there, just in the ether.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But all right, yeah. So that was there for news or not. Um, looking forward to the Netflix and the WWE thing. That might get me back into wrestling. Who knows?
It
Yeah,
will definitely get me back into wrestling, I'll tell you that much.
yeah. It'll be really because I don't even know where you find wrestling now. Like on a norm. You get me? If you ain't online like that, like
Sky situation.
yeah.
Or you got the network thing. I used to watch it on the network thing. I had a link with the network. So you know, like it's like Netflix, but for wrestling.
Oh, okay, okay.
I had a link. That's how we was watching it.
Ah, okay,
But,
okay.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But all right,
We shall
cool.
see. All right, man. Let's get into the review.
Yeah, all right. So today, if you haven't caught it, we're gonna be reviewing The Kitchen, the new one by Daniel Kaluuya.
Super anticipated, man. I've been waiting for this one for a very long time. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've been hearing
Yeah,
about it for at least a year.
yeah. I've been
Also,
hearing
after
about it
Top
for
Boy 3 finished, you heard that Kano was
Top Boy. After Top Boy.
yeah, you kind of heard that
Yeah.
project. And it was like, okay, cool, something different. Yeah, first film in it. It would be his first film.
Who?
Kano.
Nah, Kano was in something else.
What film? Was he in Rolling with the Nines? I don't know why that just came to mind, but was he in that?
I can't remember, but I know I see him in something before. I see him in some other film. Oh,
Oh man,
bro.
I'm sure this was his first.
It wasn't, no, it wasn't, bro. It definitely wasn't, bro. It definitely wasn't. I see him in something else before, bro. Some next thing, bro. I'll have to find it, what it was called. Um, he was in Rolling in the Nines, yeah.
Ah, I see.
And he was in Tower Block. That's the one, Tower Block.
Tower block, tower block, tower block.
Yeah, it wasn't all that, bro. It was like some British movie. One of them ones.
Yeah, the name rings a bell. Yeah, yeah.
Tower Block.
I
So yeah, this
don't
it's
really
not his
remember.
first. It's
Yeah,
not his first one, but yeah, it's still he's still early in the film scene still.
yeah. But yeah, this one we was waiting for. Shout out man like Dems. Yeah, me if you ain't
Oh,
checked
big
out.
up Dems.
Yeah, me.
I messaged him and I was like, yo, you got screen time in this. Woo!
did he did he
Yo.
did he did he did. I liked his character as well, man.
Yeah, I like this character. He's like the fun loving uncle kind of guy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was a
it was good.
good vibes, man. He was good vibes. He was taking it
But
for
the
yeah.
kitchen synopsis. In a dystopian future London where all social housing has been eliminated, Izzy and Benji fight to navigate the world as residents of the kitchen, a community that refuses to abandon their home.
Summed it up well. Summed it up
Yeah,
well.
yeah, sums it up well. Basically, gentrification.
Yeah, and the kitchen's the end, basically. Council estate.
Yeah. They're trying to kick man out the kitchen, but
Yeah,
man ain't leaving the kitchen.
yeah. Pretty much what they're kind of doing now. Yeah, me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, this is straight gentrification
Yeah,
on screen. On screen gentrification. That's what this is
exactly.
about.
Um,
So who chose this? Did you choose this?
yeah, but I feel like
It was
we was gonna
obvious.
do it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Had to do it,
we was
had to
gonna
do it.
do this one. Yeah, me. Like we was gonna do this. All right, so let's get into some of the characters. Obviously, we had
Okay.
Kano. He was uh lead A.
Yeah, lead A.
Yeah, is
The
that what?
lead.
Well, yeah, it was like A and B, no? And the
Lead.
kid. Oh, he
He's
was
lead.
all right. Cool. Say no.
Lead. They're a little
I'm all
easy.
right with that. I'm all right with that.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. We had his character. He played a resident.
Izzy.
Yeah, is he? He was a resident of the kitchen.
Yeah.
He also worked in a funeral home.
Yeah. That funeral home situation was kind of cool still.
Yeah,
I
it was an
liked how
interesting take on a funeral home, basically.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, I understood that. Also, who do we have next? The kid, what's his name? What was his name? Benji?
Jediah Bannerman.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Jediah.
Yes, it was Jediah. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Jediah Bannerman. This was his first film.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big up British Blacklist. Of course, we done the red carpet on this one. So we got a chance to meet some of these guys and talk to them. So yeah, he was telling us how it was working on his first film. It was interesting as well, because I remember him mentioning that we was asking him like how it was meeting Kano and Daniel Kaluuya and stuff. And he was saying how at first he thought they was American. He thought Daniel Kaluuya was American. And then
No
I thought it's
way.
quite interesting because I guess how he's grown up and the big films Daniel Kaluuya has done, like you would probably think he's from overseas. You get me? When you're thinking of like Nope, Get Out,
Yeah,
Black
yeah.
Messiah, like man ain't seen the one with Mr. Bean. What's that one?
Oh,
guy.
Johnny English.
Yes, Johnny English. Man don't know Daniel Kaluuya from that. You get me? So how man seeing him, and I just thought that's quite interesting. It's the same with music, isn't it? In terms of like how kids are growing up now and who your stars are in it and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
who you're looking up to. It's like it's just the man from round the way, but you don't even know it like that because my man's such on a pedestal. You think he's out of here, but it's like nah, that's Daniel Kaluuya from round the way. You get me? So
Crazy.
I thought that was a dope little conversation. But yeah, he played the little kid in this.
Benji.
Yeah,
And
Benji.
then you had Hope Ikpoku Jr. I hope I've said that right.
Yes. What was his name? Because if I'm honest,
Hey,
yes, he was my favorite character.
really?
Yeah, yeah. He was my favorite character in this. I was thinking about it and I thought I liked how we'll get more into the film, but how the film was and everybody's emotion to how they had to carry their said character. I think his emotion suited his character the best, and he pulled it off the best for me personally. I
Fair
enjoyed
enough.
I enjoyed his screen time on it. He probably had one of the most believable characters for me.
Fair enough. I think I think um it was a bit of a change from Top Boy to see him in that type of role
Yeah,
because he played something different. I think he played it. He was one of the better characters.
yeah,
Um, Not that there was loads, but he was one of the better ones. But my favorite was probably Dems, to be honest. That was my favorite character in this.
yeah. Top three,
And do you know
definitely.
who else I liked? What's my man, the rapper? He did well in this.
Oh, back row G.
Back Row G, yeah, he
Yeah,
did well
yeah,
in
yeah,
this, bro.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
thought, yeah,
yeah.
okay, cool.
That
Like he
little
was
unit, that little unit of the little
people.
gang,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, yeah.
They were cool. They were cool. They suited what they were doing. They pulled off what they needed to pull off and kind of added the element. I would have liked a bit more from them.
Yeah.
I would have liked them to, because of what they were doing and what they was about. They kind of brought that exciting element to the film, but they wasn't used enough. And
But that goes into what I wanna talk about kind of in the film, to be honest. I just feel that the stakes weren't high enough in the movie. And when I
yeah,
say that, I know I'm flipping to the end, but there was a scene at the end where
I know what you're talking about.
The police
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
scene,
yeah.
bro. Can I know I'm flipping to the end, but I need to speak on this. I need to get this off my chest because the scene, like the camera, the cinematography, which was great throughout the film, by the way. The cinematography was wicked in this movie. But the cinematography, the music, the background music did not go with what occurred at that moment. Like I expected something.
I was hoping for because that scene almost gave me Athena.
Athena, that's
Athena
exactly what
vibes.
I thought.
It gave me Athena vibes. But you see what you got from Athena and that passion and that
Nah,
I didn't quite get here. And that
nah.
was probably my sentiment throughout this whole film. It's like
Yes.
when people are talking about, oh, but it didn't need to be action, it didn't need to, like, no, that's cool. It didn't need to be violent. I just needed a bit more vim. I needed a bit
Yeah.
more, like, a reason to, yeah, this is why we're doing this. You get me? And that's why I
Yeah.
wanted more from like Staples and the gang because they kind of brought that. You hear me? But there just wasn't I couldn't quite sink my teeth in because it was like I didn't really care about you, man, like that or your problem.
Bro, that's
It's
what
like,
it was. I
yeah,
didn't care. I
yeah,
needed to care. Like even when there's a certain scene where I feel like I should have been upset at it, I didn't care. Do you know what I'm
yeah.
talking about?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I didn't
yeah.
care.
Because
Like,
even though it was like a cool character, it's like it
yeah,
still wasn't enough for me to like, oh, but that's man. Not
yeah,
my man. Yeah, I didn't get
bro.
that. Yeah, it's like,
The stakes weren't high enough, bro.
yeah,
Like if they would have raised the stakes from here to about here, then I think something along these lines would have been special. Like I
yeah.
think this would have landed because you're right. It didn't need it didn't need
Violence.
violence and
Yeah, I didn't
action
need
and
action
everything all over
because
the
I got what
place.
they were trying to do. I get it. Like
Yeah,
I got the whole emotional aspect of it. I got the short stories within the actual story as to their relationship and how they're living in here and how they look at their living situation compared to this and how you I understood that and that doesn't need to be loud and abrupt all the time. You hear me?
yeah,
But you still need to feel something for these people. I still need them to be passionate so I can be passionate about this. You get me? I need you to express it just in a little bit of a different way. And I think that was just lacking a little bit. And that's why Staples was like the best character for me because the way his emotion came across and who he was, it suited him. You get me? Like he was dark, but he wasn't depressed. He was
yeah,
just, you can sense the frustration. Like, I'm frustrated about this thing. You get me? And it's like, nah, seriously, I'll bust a joke. No, we'll do it pool, but we got to get back to this because
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
get me? And I felt that from man, you get me? And he was kind of the only, and Dems's character. Like, you felt like he was not accepting the situation, but trying to make the best of the situation. It's
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
got a little
yeah.
girl, you know what? We're in dark times, but I got to make it look like a castle and a palace for my little one. You hear me? And
I
that's
know
why,
man like that. I
yeah,
know man like that.
that's what I'm saying. So, like, I felt it from them. Everyone else was good. It was just I don't know what it was because I don't know if it was the acting that was just for some of the characters that just wasn't making me believe, or if it was more to do with the writing and there just wasn't enough within the character for them to even come alive like that. You hear me? Because it was quite the story was quite
The
simple.
story was
The lines are
the story was
simple.
simple.
Yeah,
It
there
didn't
wasn't.
need to be it didn't need to be anything amazing. Like we understand Wagwan, you get me? Like
Mm,
there's a group of people in this place that don't want to move, and then you got the authorities trying to move them out of this place. And it's just a constant battle of moving, not trying to move them not moving, trying to move them not moving. Like that was the storyline.
yeah,
You get me?
yeah,
I
yeah,
get it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it just needed more. Like you said, vim. It needed more chest. Like
yeah,
it needed,
yeah. That come on, yeah, me
yeah,
like you know, like Daniel Kaluuya's part in the Black Messiah, where he's in the gym and he's talking to the guy and he's like, Like it's just raw. Like you're in it. The way man's
That's
talking.
not the Black Messiah. What
That's
movie is
Black
that?
Messiah.
That's not the Black Messiah. Um,
What am I getting that mixed up with?
is that Widows?
What? Is
Is
that
that
Widows?
Widows?
Is that Widows?
I'm sure that's
I
Widows.
can't remember Daniel Kaluuya in
He's the
Widows.
hitman. It's definitely not the Black Messiah,
Oh, well, what scene
where
am I?
he's telling man to finish the rap.
Yeah.
Where he's facing man, he's looking at him like this.
Yeah. Why am I
Yeah,
getting
that's the.
that?
I'm sure. I think it's Widows, but it's definitely not Black Messiah.
Yeah, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. But anyway, that scene there.
He was
Yeah.
fighting for the cause in Black Messiah. He went.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I put that scene there. But anyway, that scene there, yeah,
Yeah,
bro. Like,
yeah.
you know where it's like you're just in it. And I just didn't, you know what, as well, from this film, because of how very mild and low tempo and slow it was almost something as well that you just wanted some classic lines from, some classic bars, or
Got him. Got
like
him.
like it was hard to take anything away from this. Like, what did you think about it being the whole dystopian feel? Like, did you get that? Like, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought that was cool. And you know what else I liked? The subtleties of them. Like it wasn't bang in your face, like, oh,
Yeah,
this is in the future.
yeah.
There was just a lot of subtle things that you saw. Like,
What was it, like 2040? It weren't that far
yeah,
ahead.
it wasn't that far in the
Yeah,
future. It
yeah.
was like, yeah,
So it made
but
sense to what it could be like in
yeah,
terms of little hints of technology, like in the barber
yeah.
shop and all of that. Yeah, me in the mirror. Um,
Even the yard when he was copying the yard, I thought that was
oh
sick.
yeah. That was
That was
interesting.
good.
That was
Yeah, that
interesting.
was good.
If I'm honest, I didn't even clock that straight away. Like it took me a while. I was like, oh shit, man's in the yeah, me. I didn't
Okay.
I don't know why I didn't clock onto it. It's just, I guess because of how the yard looked. How the yard looked, it was like, oh, this is mad. You get me? But yeah. What was your takeaway from the actual storyline though? Did you enjoy the story? You get
I
the
think
message?
the story was cool. Yeah, the message was there. Like, is that's what it is. You get me? It's the whole gentrification thing, the whole prices of the properties going up around your area and people getting moved out into different spaces, the social
I mean,
housing aspect.
there was also a relationship which you weren't sure if it was a father-son relationship and that whole aspect of that.
I'm still not sure.
Yeah, I don't feel like you're supposed to be really, but
I'm still not sure.
did
I don't
did you
know.
enjoy that? Did you enjoy that relationship and screen time between them though? Because if I'm honestly speaking, I feel like it was cool, but it wasn't good enough.
I want to see Kano. I want to see Kano in something happy, man. He's had a hard life, bro. Like he's had a tough run.
Yeah.
He's had a tough run. He needs a role where he can just smile for a bit because
Hey,
his
playing a lot of
face
dark
is,
characters, isn't it?
bro.
A lot of
Like
dark. Like I would even like, as you said that, I would like to see Kano in like a heist film or something. Yeah, you know
something
what?
where he can just smile
Yeah, but
more.
he's got to play the tech guy. You hear me? He's the tech guy in
Something.
a heist film. You hear me? Yeah. Was this close to Sully in Top Boy for you?
Yeah, at times it was basically Sully with an ad of. Do you remember when Sully was with the little
Yeah,
Arab boy?
yeah.
It reminded me of that.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got. I
Yeah,
almost thought this is like a spin-off from that from that
could have
scene.
been.
I almost felt like okay, this is where okay, we could use man to do that because I liked how he
Yeah,
portrayed
that
that relationship, and that's what
that
I'm
could have been
looking for.
Summer House in
Yeah,
24.
yeah. And I think that's where it was that it just wasn't too far left. It wasn't too far right from what we wanted it to.
Yeah,
That was the only thing about the dystopian feel that I thought was missing. It was cool because it made sense to how it could be. I guess I just wanted a bit more. You remember what was the thing that was on Prime? The UK thing, and it was like set in the future, and it was like
oh,
mixed with like music and film. I can't
I know
remember.
you're talking
It
about
was a
the
little
jungle.
short series. Yeah, the
Yeah,
jungle. But even how that looked, Like that was a sick look, you get me? And that
Yeah,
was like futuristic, but not too far. Like I think I may have preferred that feel in terms of just it looking appealing and
yeah.
exciting. Like, as we said, because it was quite slow and very low tempo, you kind of just needed little speed bumps in it to kind of bring it up like that. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna front like I ain't a bit disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I hated it as much as everyone else. I just kind of understand what people's takes on it as to why it was slow and boring. Like I can
I
understand
don't.
why people are saying that. I can understand. Even though I can find elements in it that was cool, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and play like I didn't want a bit more from it. And that
I
doesn't mean a
expected
car
more.
crash and a gun and a because I hate when people think that when you say you just want something more exciting. It's like you could be exciting without it being fast and furious. You get me?
Yeah,
I just needed more.
I expected more. I think I was expecting more from it. I think I was gonna get more, like you say, even maybe a bit of action,
Yeah,
a
that was
little.
on the list. Just a one scene.
I would. I wouldn't have minded a little fisticuffs. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
minded it. Little
yeah.
minded. I wouldn't have minded a little gun bust. You get me? I wouldn't have mind. Didn't have to be black on black crime. Anything could have happened. You get me? Could have been something. You get me? I wouldn't have minded a little Fed getting thrown over the balcony.
Light work. Light work. You
A
get me?
little,
Would have
just a
made sense.
little.
Would have made sense.
Just
Yeah.
shift him. Just shift him off the balcony. That would have been cool. That would have been like, okay, right. They're about it. You get me? But dashing green bottles,
Yeah, I just needed a bit more vim from it. Like we said, man, it's a little bit more vim.
a little bit.
I'm surprised it didn't because I would have thought they would have known that the main audience for this would have wanted a bit more. And I guess it was trying to show an audience that is used to getting all the microwave, fast pace bollocks, something different. But you gotta drip feed that. You hear me? You can't just give man a whole hour and 40 of this. Like I need that. You gotta drip feed the little conscious parts and the meaningful bits. Man still need like sometimes the veg to be snuck into the pie. You hear me?
You telling me they couldn't dash a Fed over the balcony, cuz?
Bro, it would have been light work. It would have been light work. What was this? A 12? Was it 12? They could have done that, man. They could have done that. They could have done that. They could have done
Oh, this is not a 12. This is a PG. Nothing happens in this for it to be a 12. There's nothing in it.
12, bro. It might be a 12.
But yeah, all right. Like, let's get into it. Was this a watch it? Are you recommending this? Are you telling man watch the kitchen? Is this a watch it or is this a not?
Bruh, listen, you see, watch it or not TV. We pride ourselves on being honest, truthful, meaningful, yeah? Don't we not? Yeah, we got a couple relationships in the game, but like they want us to be real about our opinions, yeah? So on that note, I'm gonna have to say this is a not for me, man. I don't want to say it, no, because I really wanted this to be a watch it, and it's really not that bad. I would go and give this 3.54 TVs out of 10, but it just lacked a little bit that it just lacked too much vim for it to be that watch it. It's
I'm
just
I'm with you. And the problem with this for me is I understand the direction a man was going, but there's just it's upsetting because I feel like you only need a little bit, a few tweaks.
just a little
Yeah,
piece, bro. Like not much, just
yeah,
yeah, me
yeah. It's a
sometimes, but
couple six. I think throughout the whole hour and 40, 5 or 6 scenes, like where a man gets dashed off a balcony or or someone gets set alight or something, like something like that.
shouted at. You keep trying to like this.
Hold off.
Yeah. Stern telling, yeah. You hear me? Where I'm like,
Something.
ooh, like, you hear me? Imagine Lord Kitchener telling flipping Benji Tutu wisdom words, but in a real stern, like, you hear me?
Something.
Something
Yeah.
that you could have just
Like
took away from, yeah.
So yeah,
It was a
but
good
for
attempt.
me,
It was a good attempt. It just fell a little bit short, man. If we're being honest, let's keep it a one. It just fell a
for
little.
me,
It fell short, man.
I'm gonna agree with everything you said, even the number of TVs. I'm gonna go with four TVs, and it's a knot, bruv. And it's upsetting because I was excited for this, man. I
Bro,
was excited.
bro, I haven't been. Well, no, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been waiting for a couple of films, but this was one of them. This was one of them.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was waiting for the kitchen.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
people, if you've seen it, let us know in the comments what you thought about it, if you agree with us, if you disagree. Because I have seen people praise this and they really, really liked it. So it's not all bad, but I have heard and I have seen a lot of bad comments. And
yeah,
yeah, I guess people just wanted a bit more from it. You get me? It's not that we're saying anything bad about anyone involved in the film. It's just, you know what, this one didn't hit like it should have. Yeah,
yeah,
sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. You hear me?
yeah,
It is what it is. We move on. I'm definitely gonna be just as tuned in as if they did another one or wanted to do something else. Like I'm still a big fan of like Kalua and Kano doing something together. You get me? So I'm not gonna shy away from it and be like, wow, boy, because I understand where we're at, man. They probably had, you hear me, things to deal with Netflix. Look at me shooting them bell. You hear me, man? Putting my cape on. All right, man. Let's
I
keep it
ain't gonna
moving.
be excited for the kitchen too. I'll tell you that much. If
But
there was one.
this might be the slap though. This might be the UK Athena. You get me? This might be all right. We're here now, and they're trying to move us. We're joining up with Staples, and we're going true,
To throw bottles.
bruh. Recommendations. What you got to recommend?
I actually have one, and I'm excited about it today. Did you see my post this morning?
Yes, I did. The French roll.
Yo,
I think, yeah,
listen,
I haven't seen what you said about it. I just see something posted, but I was walking
yeah, French series La Révolution, La Révolution, La Révolution. That one, yeah.
yeah. Recommend. Is that what's
From
that?
from
Netflix?
Netflix, from what I've watched, which is the first 5 episodes, bad.
Yeah.
Only thing is, I've learned some information today, is that there's not going to be a series 2, which hurts.
I hate when
It
they
got
do
cancelled.
that, man.
It
And,
got
and I bet
cancelled.
it's not laid up as a limited series. Like it's
Nah,
actually, yeah. See, so it's like they're not. So where it ends, it's like they didn't even mean to
I,
end there.
this is what but I'm hoping that it ends in a sense where it can end. But if they wanted to, they could do series 2. That's what I'm hoping, because this is from 2020. So it's from 2020. So it's been 3 years. So it probably ain't coming back. You get me?
I hate when they do that, man. They've done that with a few top shows, and they just do that, and it's
Bro,
like
do you
just
remember?
because
Do you
everybody
remember
ain't
Last
watching it,
Resort?
huh?
Last Resort
Yeah, I do. I never watched it like that though.
on the boat,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it was. I never watched it though.
bro. That was dope, bruv. Like that got to the last episode, bruv. It like I think I can't remember. It was about a guy basically who was told to release some bombs and he didn't release the bombs or something like that on the ship. And then and in the last episode, I'm sure he released the bombs, and it was like, right, okay, it's curtains now. You get me? And then it got cancelled. So
Always do that, man. Always do that. Wayward Pines.
this doesn't end like that. I'm
Way-
hoping.
Wayward Pines is like that. Marco Polo is like that. A winning team is like that. I'm like, and these are good, decent shows, you know, that you can sink your teeth in and like, but because like the masses or they ain't got the budget or yeah. Anyway, I think I've said it before, but they've dropped the new season. I just finished the new season, and I love the way they're laying this out. It's because it's like they've got all the seasons done already, and then it's drip feeding it in 6 episodes each time. But when that season's finished, they show you a little preview of the next one, and that is
Okay.
Slow Horses. People, Slow
Oh, you
Horses
said this.
is that shit. I just finished season 3. It's getting better. Like I said, it's quickly 45 minutes, 6 episodes in each season. But every time they finish a season, they show you what's going to happen in the next one. So it's like, all right, cool. You lot got this lined up already. You hear me? But listen, Gary Oldman, bad man. You hear me? But
What's it about?
huh?
What's it about?
So it's basically about like an MI5 team, yeah. But this
Okay.
MI5 team is made out of people that fucked up on the job. So it's like
Okay.
they've all made a mistake. One of them's got a gambling habit. One of them got caught doing drugs. And it's like basically what happens if they don't get rid of them and just move them to another unit. which is like called the
Okay.
Slow Horses, which Gary Oldman is the head of, and he's just like a sloppy little drunk, boom, boom, boom. But they're all on point, innit? You can imagine
Yeah, yeah,
it's like a team, a subdivision team within the MI5. They get their self in shit, but they're really the go-to people, innit?
yeah,
But
yeah,
it's just an interesting take on the MI5. The characters are all dope. It's very sarcastic, dry humor. Yeah, Slow Horses. Apple TV, man, another one, man. They always just they do their thing,
yeah.
man. I enjoy Apple TV's content, man.
All right. All right, cool. Yeah, Slow Horses and La Revolution. That's the
Yeah,
woo. That's the recommendations for today.
allergies,
Huh?
allergies.
Sneeze?
I said allergies. You're allergic to something. You got.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, people, that was a good show, man. Hope you enjoyed that as much as we enjoyed giving that show to you. You hear me? Do we have anything else that we wanna
Nah,
the
nothing. Just
Cine
remember
Club?
to save the date for
Yeah,
the Cinema Club.
yeah,
One love.
yeah. Keep following the subscribe, the likes, the comments. We need all that good stuff. So make sure you're following us on Insta, TikTok, all the socials, and keep up to date with all the clicks and the quick reviews. I don't even know where I was going with clicks. But yeah.
Oh, do you say clicks? As
Yeah,
in click?
yeah. What did you think I said?
I thought you said something else.
Ah, you're a dirty boy. That's why.
No, bro. It's the sound. The sounds. Wow.
But yeah, man, people keep up to date. We ain't got nothing else to say, nothing else to get off your
Nah,
chest.
that's it. All good.
All right, people, as usual, man, if you're looking for something to watch, but you're not too sure about it, or you've had your eye on something and you're like, you know what? I'm not really too sure if I should check this out. What you need to do is go on YouTube or listen to Spotify and check out Watch It or Not
TV.
for the latest and best movie and TV review shows that your granny's new man has ever seen. Imagine Granny still outside. That is wild. Going bingo and picking
Oh,
up a new date. Mad.
one.
Go Granny though. Yeah.